The Chinese entertainment world was once again rocked by news that made many hearts flutter. This time, it wasn't because of a new project or a grand performance on stage, but because of a sudden confession. Someone who knew them quite closely revealed something that had only been rumors among fans: that Wang Yibo treated Xiao Zhan like a lover. Yes, those simple words ignited the hearts of fans and brought back sweet memories of these two big stars, two names that have long been bound by something deeper than just professional collaboration. It all started with a phenomenal drama, The Untamed, a project that not only changed their careers, but also changed their lives forever. As the cameras rolled, the chemistry between Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo felt so real, so natural, that many people forgot they were watching acting. However, behind the scenes, their relationship seemed far more special. Many production staff have shared how Yibo always paid attention to the little things related to Xiao Zhan. From making sure his drink wasn't too cold to preparing a jacket for night shoots. To many people, this may just be a form of friendship. But to those who look closer, Yibo's gentle gaze, the way he calls Zhanji in a warm tone, and the slight smile that always appears whenever Xiao Zhan laughs, all of it feels like small pieces of a love story hidden behind the hustle and bustle of the entertainment world. Recently, a source known to have worked on the promotional team for the drama The Untamed made a surprising statement. He said, "Wang Yibo treats Xiao Zhan not just as a friend or colleague. He takes care of him like someone who means a lot to him, like a lover." According to the source, Yibo always had a way of showing his concern without saying much. He knew when Xiao Zhan was tired, when he was nervous, and how to calm him down with a few short words. Sometimes they didn't need to say much, he continued, just a glance at each other, and it was as if they understood everything. These words made many fans think back to various moments they had seen, from interactions behind the scenes to public interviews. And now, all those little pieces began to feel like part of a bigger and deeper story. One moment that many people still remember is when they appeared together at an award show. When Xiao Zhan stumbled slightly on stage, Yibo spontaneously turned and held his arm, as if reflexively protecting something very precious. It seemed ordinary at first glance, but for those who knew Yibo's cold and reserved character, that spontaneous action was very meaningful. There was also a moment when Yibo was seen watching Xiao Zhan from a distance, not with the gaze of a coworker, but with eyes full of affection and admiration that were difficult to hide. It was as if the world had stopped for a moment just to allow Yibo to enjoy the presence of the person who filled the space in his heart. We cannot deny that after great fame came, storms also followed. Xiao Zhan went through the darkest times of his life, when he was the target of extremely harsh public attacks. However, in the midst of it all, fans noticed one very meaningful thing. Wang Yibo never left his side. He didn't say much, didn't make any grand statements, but his actions spoke much louder. Several times, Yibo was seen wearing accessories that fans believed had special meaning for the two of them. In interviews, he even subtly conveyed a message that seemed to strengthen Xiao Zhan. If you know who you are, you don't need to be afraid of anything. Simple words, but they felt like a personal message. And for many fans, that was proof that Yibo has always been a source of comfort for Xiao Zhan, someone who not only supports him as a colleague, but as someone who truly cares, like a lover ready to protect him from the outside world. Another witness also mentioned that Yibo has a habit that makes everyone around them smile. He knows Xiao Zhan doesn't like food that's too spicy, so every time they eat together, Yibo will order food that Xiao Zhan can eat, said the source with a small laugh. If Xiao Zhan forgot to bring something, Yibo always had a spare, whether it was tissues, a hat, or even a charger. It was as if he knew everything about Xiao Zhan. All these little habits made many people feel that Yibo's attention went beyond the bounds of ordinary friendship. He pays attention not because it's his duty, but because it comes from his heart, from a sincere and deep affection. Interestingly, neither Wang Yibo nor Xiao Zhan has ever directly discussed their relationship in public. They always maintain boundaries, remain professional, and focus on their respective work. However, their silence speaks louder than 1,000 words. In a world full of spotlight and rumors, sometimes love doesn't need grand declarations. Love can come in the form of silent support, in a glance that only the two of them understand, in gentle treatment that makes each other feel safe. And perhaps that is how Yibo shows his love, not through words, but through real actions. There is something so unique about their relationship. Although the two have very different personalities, Xiao Zhan is warm and empathetic, while Yibo is more quiet and mysterious. They seem to always find the perfect balance when they are together. Yibo once said in an interview, "I don't talk much, but when I feel comfortable with someone, I can be myself." And fans know that the only person in the entertainment world who makes Yibo so open is Xiao Zhan. They share laughter, support each other in difficult times, and continue to look out for each other even though distance and time often separate them. The question now echoes in the hearts of many fans. Is it true that Wang Yibo cares for Xiao Zhan like his own lover? The definitive answer may only be known to the two of them. But one thing is clear, their relationship is not an ordinary one. They have weathered storms together, stood at the pinnacle of success together, and supported each other when the world seemed to be falling apart. It is not just friendship, it is a bond that is very rarely found. Perhaps the world will continue to ask questions, perhaps rumors will continue to swirl. However, behind all that, there is something beautiful about their relationship, something that does not need to be labeled, does not need to be announced to the world. Because sometimes, the most sincere love is the one that goes unsaid. Love that is only seen in the way someone cares, pays attention, and protects, even without saying a single word. And perhaps that is what Wang Yibo does for Xiao Zhan, loving him in silence, caring for him gently, and protecting him like someone who is very precious. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. Do you think Wang Yibo's attention towards Xiao Zhan is just a form of friendship, or is it a sign of love hidden behind their silence? Share your thoughts in the comment section, because this story, like their relationship, seems far from over.